Hey, 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 welcome to our webinar. Let me hear you, Lilith, if your microphone is working properly.
Hi everyone.
Yes, that's so amazing. I will use chat room right now to say hi so people can see where we can have communication. This session is supposed to be an open conversation, okay? We are not here just to conduce monologues, so please interact with us. Am I right, Lilith?
Sure. We will be glad to hear your thoughts about what we are talking about.
Okay, nice. So the topic for today, healthier relationship with technology, tips for achieving balance in our tech-driven lives. So this is this topic for today. And sorry because my dog decided to bark right now. Home office, you guys understand what I mean. So Lilith, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Yes, hi again. My name is Lilith, and I'm product designer at Celsi. And I have more than 15 years of experience, and I always try to make user-friendly choices. So, Elise?
Okay, and introducing myself, my name is Elisena. I am a specialist in strategic communication, and here at Celsi, I also create content. So probably you're gonna see my face around. And let me tell you other thing for everyone, okay, to be aware. English is not my first language, not even my second. So please take it easy. And if you don't understand something, you can just ask me to say that again, and I will do my best. Okay, so let's get this party started. Would you like to go through the agenda, Lilith, please?
We are here to discuss healthier relationship with technology, offering tips for achieving balance in our tech-driven lives. And as many of us here are from IT industry and product development, how we should approach product development responsibly, ensuring we are not contributing to the issues at hand. And also we will have some advice about mentorship and community, and after that some question and answer session. So if you have any questions, you can ask us yes at the end or in the chat.
Yes, it was what I'm about to say. One last message before we go through the content. If for any reason your screen just freeze, and you cannot hear or you cannot see us, just take it easy. Press F5 on your notebook, or if you are watching us through your mobile, just need to scroll down the screen, and less than 3 seconds you go out and then you jump in the room again. Okay, so I wish you all a very nice and special webinar, and let's move forward.
Yeah. Before we dive into any shortcomings of technology, let's take a moment to appreciate the incredible ways how technology helped and streamlined our lives and revolutionized our work processes. Years ago, when I just started my career, technology and computers were already a big part of our daily lives, although it wasn't as advanced as it is today. My first portfolio was a big 4 megabyte file, which had to be zipped and divided into 4 parts for storage. And access to the internet was through the dial-up. We were very limited in the amount of browsing we could do. There were no affordable image banks online, so we were buying images on the CDs with clip arts. Many things that we do online today just didn't exist yet, so we couldn't spend all our times online even if we wanted to. But things have changed rapidly. Google, YouTube, Facebook, Skype, LinkedIn, and smartphones came along. Well, Google was already there, we just didn't know it yet. And suddenly, it became easier to learn new skills and even transition from one path to another later in life. We gained access to resources we didn't need to spend a lot of time or a lot of money on books that quickly became outdated anyway. Now there are a lot of articles, videos, ebooks on the tip of our fingers, and we have easier access to influential figures in our industries, and we can try to connect them and learn directly from that influential figures. And even our work environment evolved as well. Elise?
Yes, I'd like to share here my personal experience with this work from anywhere. And probably most of you can relate with this history because, I mean, it was a worldwide event, the pandemic. So, of course, unfortunately, I lost my job. That was a company here in Brazil. I'm here from here. And it was so sad, but a few months later, I could start working with companies in different countries. So it allowed me to conciliate my routine inside Rome, my house, my home. I'm also a mother, so we know that having kids, especially the toddlers, it's hard when we work outside home. And thanks to technology, thanks to all these advances and also advantages, now I'm able to conciliate all my daily routine with no problem. And the best part is work from anywhere because I can travel. I can go, for example, go shopping and then decide to stop at a cafe and work a little bit. So that's pretty amazing. And well, that was what I would like to say about this. Moving, yes, more opportunities. And Lily, please go through it.
Thank you. Yes, technology has completely changed the game for how we can promote ourselves online. Yes, with LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, different online portfolio platforms, you can show off your skills to the world. And with digital marketing tools, you can understand who are interested in what you're offering and reach more targeted audience. And the way we work and communicate completely changed as well. Now we work in shareable, collaborative files like Google Docs, Miro, Figma. We almost don't download files to our computers nowadays. We communicate through chats and task management tools. Yes, everything is online. And even language barriers started to disappear. With Google Translate first, and nowadays it's even AI translation tools with this Samsung Smart AI translation. It opening up a completely new avenue in live communications. So as a result, even today's webinar became possible. Yes, so we are gathered here from different parts of the world. I'm here in Armenia, Elise is in Brazil, you are in Cyprus, yes, and we are here, and this webinar is possible also because of these changes.
Thanks, Lord, to that.
Yes. So now that we've acknowledged the benefits of technology and how it improved our lives, let's explore its drawbacks. And I want to do so by sharing my personal journey. Like many of you, I started my career while still in university, landing a job that I didn't feel prepared for. I was so excited, yet constantly feared being let go during that first year. My mentors, who worked tirelessly for more than 16 hours a day, set high expectations for me as well. Trying to keep up, I spent long hours both in the office and at home behind my computer screen, always available for urgent tasks. Being less experienced, I compensated by working longer hours. Even on my first vacation, I couldn't shake the feeling that I abandoned ship, so I ended up working remotely almost for most of it. And while some may see that dedication and staying long hours as a as an admirable quality, I learned over the years that it led to poor development of some essential skills, like time management, for example. I found myself functioning better at night, disrupting my daily routine. I was sleeping at mornings, not limited by proper working hours. I was constantly behind the computer, striving for perfection in every task until the last minute. I struggled to prioritize and delegate. And with the rise of smartphones, I started developing a very unhealthy tech addiction. I was constantly glued to the screen or my PC screen or for work or for my smartphone screen, watching TV shows in English, telling myself that I'm learning English, reading different books, and I was even walking down the street and reading books in my smartphone. And it wasn't until this 2020 that I had the opportunity to look back on my life and realized that I have a problem. So I proactively started to seek time away from the screen. I started to walk more. I started to go to swimming lessons. I even started drawing with some non-digital tools. Here. Simultaneously, I've started to focus on better time management and prioritization. I finally understood the importance of working smart and not hard.
Yes, it's quite important to work smart and not hard. And to understand it a little better, and before I move forward, I really would like to invite all of us to think about a second for the dopamine that is known as the happiness hormone, and why I'm talking about it right now, because you said about the addiction. And it's really, really, really important to pay attention to these kind of situations and notices as soon as possible in order to reorganize the system. Okay, so the dopamine is a neurotransmitter, and it means that it's a molecule that transmits messages between nerve cells in the brain. And when we have an excess of it, it can cause so many problems in our lives as and okay, the extra dopamine, I mean the cheap dopamine, okay? So the bad one. In extra, like for TV series, alcohol, junk food, social media, that's the where I would like to ask for your attention. Girls, we know how social media makes us become addicted persons to that. So the bad effects besides addiction, we can have sleep problems. Let just me move our images. Okay, so sleep problems, and that's terrible. I know, like insomnia and other things. Besides that, aggressiveness, because yes, we tend to be more aggressive when we have the excess of this bad dopamine, this cheap dopamine in our brain. And also antisocial behavior. And in my opinion, this is one of the most harmful side effects of this cheap dopamine, because I mean, we live in community. Having antisocial behaviors, it's too bad for us, for those people who lives with us, who work with us, study with us. So no. What can we do to change this game? Have more real dopamine, and good one, by having new experiences, working on your goals, exercise, good sleep. For moms, sleep as much as you can whenever it's possible. I know sometimes it's hard. And yeah, Anna said here, poor Barbie. Yes, sometimes I just feel like her. And okay, so let's talk about skills to maintain a healthy tech life balance. And here is the moment to take notes, okay? Because we are bringing so many good tips for you girls to improve that. First of all, practicing mindfulness in daily tech habits. And if you say, but Elise, I am not that Zen person. I don't know if I can meditate, if I can concentrate myself. And I'm here to show you that it's really easy, or at least easier than you imagine. First of all, and this we are going to do together. You can take a deep breath in. So, Lilith, please help me. We just need to breathe in, hold for a second, and then breathe out. Just doing this simple breathing, we can come back to the actual moment. And when you do that, you are already practicing mindfulness. Elise, but just 3, 4, 5 seconds. Yes. Who said that it needs to be long periods? I mean, we are not, I'm not sure how to say that word in English, but we don't live in Tibet wearing orange clothes, bald heads. No, we are not. So we do whenever is possible inside our reality. But having this deep breathing, it's also amazing. Other thing, conscious pauses. And why am I saying conscious? Because we need to take control of our minds. So when you realize that you are going nuts, just pause, slow down, and take time for yourself, okay? Once again, you can have this pause by when you focus on your breathing. So you're already making those two techniques, awarenesses of habits. And here's the moment for us to make a pause, look inside, and make that research. Like, what am I doing that can be harmful to my healthy life? Let me know, let me think, let me analyze, and then if you need to break bad habits, do it. If you need to build good habits, do it also. Conscious redirection, refocus. It's quite easy to be distracted with notifications, with kids, with 1,000 things. When you notice that your attention just go for a walk, ask it to come back. And please remember to be kind with yourself, okay? We know that it's not that easy, but if we look for us with compassion, this journey can be much easier. And consistency and self-discipline to build boundaries. That's the key word, girls, boundaries. We must learn or practice more this construction of boundaries. And I choose this image exactly because you can think about a huge wall. Amazing. But to be big, to be that big, it needs to start with a single brick. So remember, to create boundaries, to create new habits, to abandon bad habits, we need to practice with consistency and self-discipline. And here are some tips and strategies to help you to create that boundaries. First of all, technology-free times and spaces. Here inside my home, we decided that no mobile, no notebook, no TV, no nothing inside bedrooms. Okay, this rule works for me, for my husband, and also for my kids at all. Talking about time, we can decide, for example, unfortunately we don't practice this here, but we are on our ways. Dinner time, before dinner time, no mobile also. So simple things. And remember, what works for me maybe cannot work for you. And you are the best person to know and decide what will work. We can also count with apps and techniques for control. And when we talk about it, we can just Google it. We can go inside our App Store, our Play Store, and look for it. But I choose two examples You can find it easily and for free, and you don't need even an app to do it, okay? So the first one is the Pomodoro technique. I don't know if someone here already heard about it. If you do, you can use chat room to say. The Pomodoro technique is based on simple steps. So the first one, you decide on the task that you need to do, to work on. Decided the task, then you set a timer. You can use your mobile, you can use your watch. 25 minutes, focus on that. When you achieve this timer, now you take a break for 5 minutes. And then you go back to the task for more 25, pause 5 minutes. So you do it in 4 cycles. When you finish the last one, then you take a long pause, for example, 15 or 30 minutes. So this is a way to keep focus on what you have to do. Besides that, you give yourself conscious pauses. You can take a break. You can stretch yourself. Do things that help us to be more productive, though. And this is something also pretty nice. I know that Lilith heard about a different way to apply this rule. And so the 20-20-20 rule consists in you take 20 seconds break each 20 minutes that work on something, and then you look for something that are in 20 feet away, or I'm not so acquainted with feet. So in Brazil, we say 6 meters. I'm not so sure. I'm not good with these measures. So Lilith, share with us, what did you saw about this rule?
There was a meme that my friend sent to me, like take work for 20 minutes, take a 20-second break, and then watch anime for 20 hours.
No, don't do that, okay? I know it's a temptation, but we are strong women and we are not supposed to do that, okay? So this is another simple way to make your time management, okay? So you can see. And when we do that, our eyes will thank us, because, I mean, being the whole day looking for PC screen is not that good at all. We know that. Other thing that we can do is silence notifications. I know Lilith will bring a content about these red dots that is so annoying, but we can also put our mobiles in silence mode in order to get more focus and less distractions. And to summarize the benefits of boundaries, girls, work life and tech balance, I told Lilith I would like to add a third leg here with a feet with no shoes at all. But I mean, it's supposed to be a bit weird, so we decided to put that. Constructing boundaries, we can find time to do everything that we need and that we want without overwhelming. So please construct your boundaries, girls. I mean, for real, okay? Construct your boundaries. Now Lilith is going to talk about developing products that promote a healthier tech life balance, and I will mute myself. I talk a lot.
Thank you very much, Alice. Yes, now considering that many of us here are from the IT industry and we are involved in the developing of different products, it's crucial for us to prioritize our users' time and well-being. And let's strive to maintain ethical standards and steer clear of dark patterns. And here now I will show several dark patterns that we should try to avoid. First one is we should try to always make user-centered choices. We should take on our user's shoes, understand what is the goal of our user, what he's trying to achieve, and try not to put any agenda of the company in the user's workflow. So like in this example, when users want to download something and there are a lot of advertisement with download word in it, and less experienced user can it's difficult for them to understand which button they have to push to download the content, and usually it's the smallest one. So yes, please don't do that. The second technique is called manipulinks, and please stop shaming your users with micro conversations. Like here in this example, the link says, "No thanks, I don't like deals," and there are different examples online, like, "No thanks, I don't want to be smart, I don't want a lot of money," and the different things like that. Everybody understands that it is just a manipulation, and like it is not working. Smart users are not going to bait. Maybe at some point it was fun, it was like something new, but now we should avoid doing that as well. The third technique is called bait and switch. For example, in 2016, when the pop-up of Windows update was opening, and whenever users wanted to close it with this X button, everybody knows that if you close with the X button, you are just canceling the action. But in 2016, Windows decided that users with closing pop-up with this X button should start to update their computers. You can imagine frustrations of the users. So
that,
this is,
I mean, terrible. Terrible user experience at all.
Yes. And next technique is called Roach Motel. It's because of these things that when you want to collect roaches from your house, you are putting these things and everybody are getting in, but they can't get out. Yes, and we have the same technique in marketing and product development when we are making it difficult for users to get out of the product. Which is not good at all. You are like creating experience that user never wants to come back. For example, I don't know if you know this platform. It's from screenshots from the Ipsy, which is subscription-based glam bag platform. You are subscribing, and they send you your products every month. It's not very expensive. It's a very fun, very interesting way to learn about new cosmetics product like they are sending you. But whenever you decide to cancel, it is 9 steps just to cancel your subscription. That is awful, and even they making it very difficult to understand which buttons you should press to get out of it. So there are a lot of talks on the internet how difficult it is to cancel. And another example is, for example, Amazon Prime membership. Amazon Prime membership. When you subscribe to Prime membership, very easy, but you have to spend a lot of time to understand how to cancel it. And even Amazon was filed a complaint about it, and they have to change their user interface. The next one is FOMO. Probably many of you already know this. FOMO means fear of missing out. And this is when users, people feel anxiety because they constantly feel that they are missing out of some interesting experiences, of some interesting events or opportunities. And especially this is a problem for younger generation because they don't know what they want in life yet. They don't know to what group they belong to, so they are trying to get everything. And very often products are using this fear of missing out in their communication with user. Yes, with different scarcity techniques. Which sometimes it's really working, but we should be mindful about how do we use it, not to cause harm and depression especially in our younger generation. Yes. The next one is notification. Notification thing that Elise has mentioned. So probably you all know how triggering is this red dot on the applications are. Anytime we spot this red dot, we want to open the application and see what new things, what new messages appear. It is highly attention grabbing and very good working technique, but sometimes we are misusing it. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but on our phones, sometimes you are clicking on the application, but there are no new messages. You can see why that red dot appears. You are scrolling, can't see anything new, closing the app, red dot is still there, and you can, I don't know, for 15 minutes, I myself struggled with it once, that I was trying to find what was new and couldn't see it. And here in this example, for example, iPhone used this red dot on their phone application because they wanted to prompt some new feature in the voice messaging, but users couldn't understand that. And what happened? They just ended up turning all notifications off. And this is certainly not the behavior you want from your user when you are putting that red dot. So you have to be mindful. You should try to avoid any bugs that can cause appearance of this on your applications. Next one is please don't spam your users' mailbox. One of the most effective ways to drive sales for e-commerce businesses is email marketing. By sending regular newsletters, updates, and relevant content, you can keep your brand top of the mind, build trust and loyalty. And platforms like our Salesy give you different necessary tools to do so, but do it being mindful about that as well. For example, in Salesy, we have tools that help you improve your email. They are giving you advice. They are even giving you pages for users to unsubscribe, where users can say why exactly they are unsubscribing, and you don't have to build that page yourself. It is already included in the tool. Yes, thank you. The next example, we are already I wanted to show several examples from real world, not just digital tools. So some big corporations can sometimes fail as well. This is MacBook's first generation mouse that you couldn't use while it was put on charge. Probably they did it on purpose, not to damage the product, because it isn't good to charge and use it simultaneously. But this also caused a lot of problems for users who were, I don't know, in some important meetings. During that meeting, suddenly mouse is stopping working and you can't do anything with that. You just have to wait. And another good point is please always take a look at accessibility of your products. Here also the example is from real world. Sometimes we are doing things because we know we should do it, but we are not really checking if they are working properly, if they are working how we intended them to work. We should try and not only target our average users, but also our extreme users, because sometimes average users are irritated with something, but they keeping it to themselves. They are not sharing with you what's the problem, yes? And when you look at extreme users, which have some particular unique and specific needs and behaviors, this is where you can see the problems with your product. You can see opportunities, how you can improve your products. So it is also very important to look at that audience as well. Yes. This is the end of the examples, and Elise, please continue.
Okay, and actually the end of examples is almost the end of the webinar. So once again, if you want to ask something, use chatbot to write your question, okay? Harnessing the power of community and mentorship. And okay, we are here inside a community. So yay, amazing. But girls, also community. I really love this kind of cloud words because it can describe very well what a community means. Help people change. So when we talk about community, we can imagine, okay, we can have in mind that we are talking about a group, okay? And what are the benefits to be part of a community? I just list some of it. First of all, support, because when we share experiences, challenges, solutions, so it's a safe space for having these sharing moments. Also networking, because we always make connections with people and new people in the same area of interest. Learning. We learn from experience. We can share our experience and also learn from others. So exchange of knowledge, ideas, perspectives, the growth, even for personal and professional development and sense of belonging. Remember, once again, we are human beings. It's from our nature to be part of something. And this integration into a group with similar values make us feel more the sense of belonging, and it makes a really good feeling, good sensation for us. And type of communities. It can be professional, specific for groups or area of work. For example, us here today talking about technology. It can be social, based on hobbies. For example, book clubs. It's also amazing to create networking and so on, talking about the beneficials. Location-based, this one is specific for Cyprus. Amazing. I can have another one here in Brazil, specifically in São Paulo, where is my city, where my city is, sorry, and so on. And it also can be online or offline when we go to events, face-to-face meetings, workshops, and so on. And moving forward, talking about mentorship. Here, the biggest difference between community and mentorship, you can imagine the number of participants, okay, the number of members. And why am I telling you this? Because when we talk about mentorship, there's a few different. So how does a mentorship work? First of all, formal, structured programs with defined goals and deadlines. And I strongly recommend you, girls, if you are going to be a mentor or if you are a mentee, try to always choose this formal model, because there you can see clearly step by step that you are going through. But it can also be informal, less structured relationships that arise naturally. For example, when we start in a new job, we don't know the company, the person, the process, and we always, or at least we should always, have an angel person besides us guiding us through this new experience. So it's a kind of informal mentorship. And here, what I told you before, individual, so one mentor for one mentee, or it can be in group, but keep in mind a small number of mentees and with the same goals, okay? Let me, no, you just put the question here. Sorry, girls. Benefits of mentorship: personal and professional development, guidance, feedback, feedback. This is a point that I would like to discuss a bit more, because it's so important for us to know how we are performing, where we need to improve, what's working best. And here we have to pay attention, because not everyone is allowed to provide us feedback. Sometimes that person just wants to say bad things to you and put the name feedback, and we should not pay attention to that. So there's a specific way to have in mind who's the person to give you a feedback. This person should be someone who knows more in that field than you, and the objective of that person to give you a feedback is to help you to improve. I know, Lilith, you have
to add something here, if you let me. Thank you. Yes, I wanted to share how my mentor was always saying about feedback. He said that we should receive feedback as a gift, and doesn't matter how it is wrapped. You shouldn't get angry, even if it's something you don't like. You should look at it and find something that you can use. If there is something that you can improve about yourself or about your performance based on that feedback, you can do it. If you don't like it, if you don't see any value in it, just put it away and thank the person who gave it to you. Don't get angry, don't get mad, just think of it as a gift.
Yes, think of it as a gift. And I would like to add an extra thing here, that if you are the person who needs to provide feedback, always start your conversation and make it clear for the person that is receiving the feedback that if you are there sitting with her or with him to talk about something, it's because you want that person to improve, to stay, to keep there with you guys. Because every time when we hear the word feedback, we just, oh my God, I will be fired. They don't like me anymore. And no, it's the opposite. It's a gift, because you are providing the opportunity for the person know where she needs to improve. And plus, you are there to help that person to improve. So you just say, oh, your job is a mess. Goodbye. No, you can improve here by doing this. That's the most important, I'm not sure if role of a mentor. Okay. Moving forward, motivation. Yes, when we have mentorship, we have this extra dose of motivation and broadening perspectives. So I saw here Emma making the comment that she doesn't have any mentor right now, but she's thinking about finding one. So I strongly recommend that, because when we go with someone who already walked that way, things are easier. We have shortcuts. It's even better. And I brought here I put here some examples of success histories of people who made mentorship. This girl, she was my mentee. Here you can see the screen, but it's in Portuguese, so I put the translation under it. But to summarize, she's saying that with the mentorship, she could achieve things that she thought it could never be possible, especially in her professional life, but also in personal life. So to make it more clear, she used it to work for over more than 2 years as a QA analyst inside a huge bank institution here in Brazil. And she was in the same position. We started a mentorship, and in 2 months, that girl had a promotion. So we can make improvements in our career, in our personal life, having someone to guide you. And if you think that it's just for normal people, normal person. No, I put here another example, like Steve Jobs. He was known as a genius of technology, but he also had mentors along his life. So I put here that he had mentorship with Bill Hewlett from Hewlett-Packard. Also, he had mentorship from Andy Grove. If you Google this name, you are going to have access to a true lesson of emotional, uh, how can I say, not control. Yeah, you can understand that. Between Andy and Steve, changing emails. So it's a true lesson about how we can control our emotions. And he also had mentor Rich Regis McKenna, and this is the guy known as the marketing guru from Silicon Valley. So even the big ones need mentorship. I mean, it's always good to have. So tips for finding a mentor. First of all, define your goal. So what do you hope to achieve with your mentorship? Remember, always one goal at a time, okay? Don't you try to save the world in one mentorship. Then research your network. We can always look and we can always know someone who could be a good mentor inside our networking, attending network events, so meet new professionals when we go to fairs, workshops, personal events, and use online platforms because we know there's a lot of websites and apps that connect mentors with mentees. Everything to help you to boost in personal or in professional lives. So our content finished here. Now is the moment for Q&A session. And
just one thing I wanted to add, when you are looking for mentors, write to them. A lot of people are really open for communication, and you may think that they are some unachievable persons, but really they will be glad to tell you something, to share their experience. These kind of people also usually like to communicate with younger generation or somebody who is trying to learn something. And even if they are not answering, please don't get disappointed. You can find somebody else and write to them.
Yes, that was what I was going to say. Maybe we just look for big mentors and we think that we cannot achieve them. But I mean, there's others, and we can contribute with your process. And when I say when, I mean the others, not the like Tony Robbins, for example. So having a mentorship exclusively for you with him. Do you have $1 million? If you don't, look for people who make mentorship with him. So there's always alternatives. Okay. So we have few questions here. I will tag them on screen and we can reply it together. You start and I add something, or the opposite, as you prefer. So
the first question, yes, is about using AI. Would AI allow us to spend less time in front of our screens by delegating elementary tasks to it? And I believe it will. And as they say, AI isn't going to replace people, but people with AI are going to replace people without AI. So yes, please learn AI, start to implement it in your work. It is gonna change some things in our industry for certain. And some routine tasks that, for long years, I'm feeling that some tasks shouldn't take that much of time. And finally, we are in a point in our history that really some routine tasks can be replaced with robots and AI, and it will happen. But I don't believe that AI will completely replace people.
Yeah, I think the same. I mean, AI is our friend, not our enemy, but we must pay attention to be aware and learn with it, and also delegate elementary tasks. But remember, even to delegate, we must know how to do, because we need to check the results. So it's not just use AI, do the job, and no checking. We need to check.
Yes. The next question is for you, Elise.
Okay. What platforms would you recommend to start practicing mindfulness? Any apps, podcasts? So, Anna, we think about it before we bring this information here. And my suggestion is you can start using the focus mode on your mobile. Okay. It doesn't depend, doesn't matter if it's Apple or Android. And there's other apps. I will mention two of them, but please, they are not sponsoring this webinar. We are not getting paid to talk about them. It's just because you asked, and we are in a secure group, okay? You can use one that I know is Lojong, so Lojong, and the other one, the name just ran away from my mind. Lilith, that one you mentioned.
Yes, the one is called Fabulous. It's very
Fabulous.
popular, yes, and very beautiful. I enjoy just looking at it.
Yes,
And it helps to maintain some healthy habits in your daily routine.
yes, yes. But once again, you can go inside your app store, your Play Store, just type there mindfulness, and you're gonna see lots of options. What I do,
One important thing is we are trying to stay away from the screen, so don't use digital tools for that.
Yeah. I mean, yes, but to have guidance. Another source that is for free and it's quite easy. YouTube.
Yes.
Like meditation with guidance. It works for me because I'm the kind of person that I'm trying to meditate. Come on, Inipers. I don't have the entire day. So when I put there for 5 minutes, of course, sometimes I think about other things, but refocus. It's how can I say? We must practice, right? And the other question is coming from Emma, and she wants to know, Lilith, where
did I find my
mentor?
It was a pure coincidence. I was acquainted with a guy who recommended me for the job, and when I started the job, the mentor was already there, and he loves to mentor different people. So. And he's a very powerful and influential figure in our community. So I stuck with him for 20 years. And because he's somebody very special with very special perspective on how you should live your life. Even yes, he's not doing it the way usually people do. He promotes some lifestyle, living for the idea, living for the like he thinks that all kids are the same, and valuing all kids evenly, even if it is not his own kids, and he has five children. But for him, it is no different if it is his child or somebody else's child. Like everybody should receive same opportunities, and he's not trying to get something for himself. He's not trying to get something even for his family, because like it's a completely different perspective on life. And he started his career as a designer as well. So I've started communicate with him about the design, and after that, like I was very inspired by him and by his life choices. So I stuck with him, and during these days we are good friends. So yes, I consider him my main mentor during my life. and it was a coincidence. I didn't look hard to find him. Usually,
Yeah.
you know, I believe that somewhere around 20 years old, we usually find mentors like that automatically, even because there are some kind of changes happening in our lives. And sometimes like just fate brings us together. But I should say that a lot of people are writing to me and also usually about design, but I am glad to help them with some advice. I'm always answering their questions. So I found some mentees on Facebook even. They found me. So yes, everything works.
Okay. Daria asked for recommended channel. I share him in chat. So if you other girls, if you want to check that channel, it's amazing. I use that. It's for beginners, quite easy to understand, and it works for me. Okay. But once again, feel free to go there. So do we have more questions? Girls, that's the moment because we are about to finish this session. So 3, 2, 1. No more questions. Thank you for your attention. It was a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you, Lilith, for joining me today. Also, our audience. Would you like to leave your, I don't know, maybe LinkedIn or Instagram, Lilith?
I don't know. Do you girls want me to leave my Instagram? Sorry, my LinkedIn. I'm not very active on LinkedIn, but I'm checking messages sometimes there. So just a minute, I will share it now.
Yes, it's always good to increase our network. We never know when we are going to need help from a specific topic. And thanks, Lord, we have this facility with technology to find people and connect and, make things happen.
Yes, you're right.
Oh, Anna is also asking for Instagram too. So
maybe you girls want to share your accounts as well.
Yes, I will put my LinkedIn link here and also Instagram. So easy to connect. You may see that my Instagram, I may talk in Portuguese because I'm Brazilian, I'm in Brazil. But if you want to connect, to ask something, to clarify something, feel free. I can do my best to communicate in English and make things easier to understand.
Yes, I also shared my LinkedIn account as well. Thank you, girls, very much. I feel very blessed that I was invited to share my experience with you. If you have any question, especially about product development and product design, feel free to contact me. Yes.
Okie dokie. So the session's finished here. Thank you so much for joining us. See you, girls. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.